Hi! So today I'm going to be building a queen platform bed. I found this really beautiful oak headboard at Goodwill for $25. Which reminds me, I owe Nana $25. Nana, I owe you $25. Actually, and you got me a dress, so I owe you like $32. Anyway, I love Goodwill. I found this beautiful oak headboard. It didn't have a footboard and it didn't have side rails. So instead of buying one of those plastics, I said blastic. I was trying to say black plastic, and I said blastic. Okay. Instead of buying the black plastic or steel bed frame, like the rolly ones with the wheels that you always hit your shit on and they suck, I'm just gonna build one, like I built Porter's bed. This is gonna be super basic. It's not gonna be fancy. If I was doing it for a client or I was getting paid for it, I would sand it all down and route the edges and make it perfectly smooth and all that good stuff. But this is going to be in a guest room that's hardly ever used, and it's going to be covered with a bed skirt. So it's going to be very, very, very basic. Like basic. Blastic. Anyway, all right, here we go. Okay, so I'm in the guest room now, and I have the mattress and box spring moved out of the way. And they're hiding one of my favorite paintings that Connor McKinley No-Telfer painted for me. Tall Trees in Georgia. Oh, it makes me miss Daddy Mac and Eva Cassidy. Anyway, that's another story. So what we're gonna use today is air compressor cable, finish nailer, narrow crown stapler, some 1 1/8" narrow crown staples. I'm going to use 1x8s for the side rails and 1x6s for the support. And we also have some 1x2s that will hold the support rails. So I'm going to walk you through it. So first of all, what you need to know is that the queen size mattress is approximately 60x80. So our bed is going to be 61x81 to make sure we have a little room for everything to sit in there nice and snug. Okay. I'm gonna fast forward some measurements and then take you outside and show you how to use the miter saw. Okay, so I'm on the front porch and I have my DeWalt miter saw. I have a brand new blade, so it shouldn't splinter or make any crazy marks. I already have a battery in. And we're gonna cut the first board. I made a mark already on the board for where I want the cut to be. I'm gonna line up my blade right where it needs to be. And then the trick to cutting with a miter saw or chop saw is start at the longest piece, work your way back, and don't stop the blade until you completely cleared the board. So don't cut it and let go of the blade and then come up. You should keep the blade going the whole time you go down, and the whole time you come up before you release the blade. It just keeps it from making that ugly, splintery grossness. It's also safer, I think, for some reason. I'll do one and then we'll fast forward the rest. Got my line. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, wear safety goggles and shoes. You should probably wear those. Okay, so here is the part where I feel like I should do it just to show you, but I would recommend using a router. A router is going to literally, you run it along the side and it's gonna take this sharp edge and give it like a nice, sort of like a bull nose, just a soft rounded corner. So you don't get splinters, you don't, just have that sharp line. I'm not gonna do that because I'm kind of lazy. Is that terrible? Yeah, I don't know why. I'm not gonna route the edges on this because like I said, it's just gonna be the base of this and it's gonna be covered with a bed skirt. So I'm also not gonna use wood glue. Papa John would just kill me right now. No, I'll find some wood glue. And maybe I should route. Blech. Okay, I have all of my boards and I have the layout here. And we are gonna pop some little legs on there to raise it up. So here's the headboards that I have that I love, that's oak. They didn't have any white oak and nice panels, and the red oak was really expensive. So we just went with normal whitewood. And this is a 1x8 for the outside frame. And yeah, So I'm gonna walk you through how to put this bad boy together. Now listen, if you don't have some of these, I always said equipment, that's weird. If you don't have some of these tools, like if you do not have a narrow crown stapler, you can always just use wood screws and a drill. I mean, this is, especially if you're gonna hide it under a bed skirt. So don't feel like, oh, I can't do this project because I don't have a narrow crown. I like the narrow crown. Actually, I love a medium crown, but it shows more. But anyway, you can use wood screws and a drill. So don't fret, my pet. And wood glue is always a great way to go. So here we go. Can you see me? Okay, so I have the air compressor already jacked up so that I could turn it off while we're filming, otherwise you wouldn't be able to hear me at all. So I've got these laid out the way we want. Now I'm going to use my wood glue and just put it where you're going to join the two seams together. Just do. And don't worry about using too much. You can never really use too much wood glue. If it sticks out, then just wipe it or let it dry and sand it off later. So we have a baseboard. You can also use a speed square or a T-square to make sure you're getting your angle straight, but I trust myself enough. All right, narrow crown, line it up, then move your fingers, line it up, then move your fingers. Now later you can literally just hit that with some wood putty and stain or paint over it. So maybe you'd like to actually see what we're doing. So here's my seam. Ooh, it's hard to do while looking through a camera lens. I'm gonna go ahead and do both sides since I'm holding the camera. Wood glue your seam edge. There we go. Flip it up. Sorry, it's hard to do with one hand. We're gonna line it up. Goodness, we're gonna line it up and shoot it. Hang on. Can you see? Okay. So the bottom, we're gonna have to push it all the way out to get the bottom lined up, because some of these boards are warped. That's totally normal. And then push in the top to line it up. And then fill it in. Oops. Sliding on me. And do the other side. Okay, so we have the basic frame made, and now I'm going to show you the legs that we're going to. Hey, there's Linus again. Hi, Linus. I love when he pops up in the videos. Hang on. I'll show you my legs. No, these legs. These legs. I don't know how to open these legs. They come in walnut color, but they also come unfinished. And I wanted to get the unfinished ones, but they did not have them in stock. So in fact, I actually might hold off on these because I think these would look better on the armoire over there. Boogers. These are the plates. Can you see these? These are the plates that you install, and you can literally just do the corners, and if you screw them tight enough, they'll be fine. Or you can cut some triangle blocks to put in the corner, and then these just screw right in, and presto bango, you have legs for your bed. So now that I'm looking at them again, I'm going to hold off on putting legs on because I think I want a different style for this particular bed. But I'm going to show you how to do the rails right now. Side rail. So you're going to take your 1x2 and we're going to glue it. I'm going to set it in. Let me turn it around and try to show you this way. Hang on. Okay, so I'm using this just as a spacer. Here's my 1x2 and there's the bed rail. So basically what I want to do is attach this to the side rail so that the long slats can run, what is that? What would that be, horizontally? That, we're going to call that we're gonna call that horizontally, that vertical. Anyway, so this is to hold your slats so that you have a nice solid foundation for your box spring to go on. Wood glue, check. Board, check. It's very thick because it's kind of cold today and it's been in the garage. So the glue is nice and thick. Okay, so the main part of the bed is now complete. If I had the correct legs and I had attached the legs, then it would be ready to attach the bed frame to the headboard, and I'll show you where that would be. So if the legs were on and it would be the correct height, it would actually come up to about here. And once that happens, then I will just pre-drill some holes, 2 holes, and I will screw into the head frame so that this is nice and solid and it won't have any wiggle room. In the meantime, let me just show you how this is gonna work. So I take my 1x6s. Sorry, not really a good, oh, I haven't cut these down yet. Let me cut these down and I'll be right back. Ugh.